and that they stay consistent with the type of game they played out all year. But there is that other level rise. And I'm going to say, to me, this is my not secret or trick to getting to San Antonio. They've been able to covet around Tim Duncan and protect him because he got legs, years and legs. So a lot of their efficiency has been spurted around mostly Ginobili and the outside shooting role players and DeJuan Blair, who comes in and relieve Tim Duncan from hitting the boards. I said, if you want to take somebody out of the game, make them work harder. Make Tim work harder because they're protecting him. And I said, so to me, it's like what Perkins would do with the Lakers. He says, look, I may not stop you, but I'm going to put my body on you. So you're not going to get a freebie to just sit back and shoot freely. I'm going to make you work for it as they do with Kobe. Make him work. He's going to score, but we're going to wear him down. You want to get to meet the San Antonio Spurs? You make Tim work hard because the outside shooter is going to be outside. Ginobili's going to be who he's going to be, but they've insulated him. They protected him the same way as you see aging stars where you go, I'm not the one, really. It's, Parker's going to go to the hole. Ginobili's going to go to the hole, and we just got role players. So I like San Antonio. But to get back to the question about Kendrick Perkins, I got 5 choices here, Mario, that is a trade-off for Jeff Green, who's going over to Boston with younger legs, and he's going to do some things that's going to be pretty good coming off the bench. But if I have 5 areas that are advantages and disadvantages, you can pick either ones you want. It could be a slam dunk for Kendrick Perkins with rebounds, defense, assists, fast break, and leadership. Advantage or disadvantage as it relates to him being on the team? What would you say?
Which team?
On Oklahoma Thunder.
Rebounds and the defense is definitely a positive advantage.
Okay.
Assists, no, they don't really need him for that though.
Right.
And fast break, no. But I don't think I also don't say he's a slow break.
You're a good one.
You know what I'm saying? In other words, there's some people who just can't run at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. In other words, but I think people underestimate the ability of certain people to run. And Tim Duncan's on that list, by the way.
I agree.
So I don't know that he's a slow break, Vic. That's a questionable area.
Right.
But leadership, I think that's an advantage. I think he brings the edge that Oklahoma needs.
And the experience.
Well, and just the hard nose. Kevin Durant is a different kind of a spirit.
They need the next level.
So this is a guy who brings ferocity.
Right.
Who brings straight, that in your face. He's not going to talk a lot, but he is not going to back down. It's all about going to war.
Yes, sir.
And he brings more. He brings that edge like a Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, like a Kevin Garnett
right.
has. That's why he fit in so well with them. He's a warrior.
Right.
And I think that's what Oklahoma needs. For them, it's a wonderful trade. I still don't understand quite why the Celtics did it. But we'll see.
Yeah, and I think it came down to money. They'll say this for the bottom line. For most of the insiders, they said, look, it was a no-brainer that they wanted him. But when they made that offer of money, the money actually was turned down by Perkins. So the alternative is if he wanted to play and get maybe not the money he wanted to meet a higher level of income, I don't think Boston was willing to move on it. And I think they looked at it. I think the progression of Baby Davis is just unbelievable because he became more than just a hustler. He became a scorer who says, I'm looking to score when I crash the boards. Perkins, bigger than I am, yes, of course. But when you think offense, you don't think offense with him.
And again, it gets back to what we said before. Inside pass, higher percentage to the inside, plus the chance of a foul, right?
Absolutely.
That's the old school way of handling it. Not necessarily the three-pointer.
Right.
But the pass inside to the big man who tried to get a slam dunk, layup, or a foul.
Yeah, he's a definitely serious role player. Okay, I'm going to go over to something here because I think, it's a quick thing, and I want to see if we can kind of do some reminiscing here. I had a question about which pro athlete had the biggest fall from the top. And biggest fall from the top doesn't necessarily mean that you are in the sport or out of the sport. They always say the drop from the highest pinnacle of success that you had. And I had 3 players that came to mind. And I want to see, Mark, what do you think? You had Tiger Woods, golf, Mike Tyson, boxing, Marion Jones, track and field. Now, and I know it's hard to compare, but if you had to pick one that says you were not only the icon, so that's a bigger drop versus somebody who says you're just at the top of your field. And then you have others who says, you were the best in your particular field. So one of these players transcended probably all sports in some kind of way, and I'm not sure which one. So who do you think had the biggest fall from grace?
Mike Tyson. Okay. But let me tell you why. Tiger Woods is having trouble with his game. Every athlete gets old and eventually has trouble with their game.
Right.
Even though he's had a fall, he didn't go to jail.
Yeah, I knew you was going to say that.
Going to jail, to
right.
prison,
right.
is a biggest fall.
Yes.
Mike Tyson went to prison a few times.
And Marion Jones
went to prison too.
Marion Jones had to do the equivalent of outing people to rescue her situation, to reduce some of her time served.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, even though steroids are rampant, I actually think it was very unfair the way she was treated and handled.
Yeah.
And I'm actually irritated. I just think it was just very unfair, and maybe she just had the worst advice, whatever.
Poster
but
child.
The biggest fall has to be Mike Tyson. Okay. Almost when you look at you look up Google fall from grace, and they have his picture.
Wrong, man.
So that's all I'm saying. And he's got a special coming up.
Oh yeah,
this is a tragic figure.
It is,
and he's more. And to me, well, one could argue he's more tragic now, except that his insight seems to have improved.
Right.
And as many of us, we change as we get older. So,
right.
But I think it's Mike Tyson, hands down.
Yeah, I think you're right because of the legality of it. I think on the world stage of it, I say it's close between, to me, Marion Jones and say Mike Tyson, only because of exactly what you said. But when she became the example to me, especially as a celebrated global athlete who basically had to go to jail.
She's to me, the bad thing about her, she's known as the one who didn't get away with it, where everybody else did.
Right.
And they got her on lying.
I know.
And same thing they tried to get Barry Bonds on.
Right.
So they can't get you on the actual crimes, they get you on lying about the crime.
And then you have to be responsible for the team that collected medals that now have to give back the medals. Your teammates have to turn around and go, your medals, you got to give me your medals.
I say my medals in South Africa. And I'm on my way to the airport right now.
Okay.
That's what I tell them.
Cool.
That's what I would tell if I was Reggie Bush. That Heisman
is gone.
Is at the pad, and I'm not sure
where it is.
But I would have, let's fight you in court and drag it out.
Okay. All right. Okay, you guys, we're going to go, that's cold, man. We're going to go to the last segment where we go, bottom line is shock, stunned, or expected. And when we do shock, stunned, or expected, sometimes you guys already know what we don't. But we just like to pretend like it's new news. Mario, here it is. Shock, stunned, or expected. NASCAR's Jeff Gordon wins the fresh fit. Say that 500 times. 500 in Phoenix, ending a 65.
Fresh fit in Phoenix.
Fresh fit 500.
I know, I saw that too. Fresh fit. I said, man, NASCAR's doing it with this promotion.
That's right.
Fresh fit in Phoenix. Fresh fit 500 in Phoenix.
You can't say it 5 times. Okay, and he ended a 65 race winless streak, and compares winless feat to striking out with women. Are you shocked, stunned, or expected to hear that from Jeff Gordon?
No, I mean, it's a young NASCAR. I mean, NASCAR, you guys.
Come on, man.
NASCAR.
Give them love, man. NASCAR.
I don't have anything against NASCAR. It's just that whenever I need to see a Confederate flag, that's where I head right on over there.
Wait a minute. They're expanding their diversity.
They told them to get rid of the flag, and of course, once the flag goes away, the attitude is so different.
It's a coming to evolution.
Listen, fine. See you in a few more years.
I got you.
I'll wait till I see a whole bunch of other brothers. Y'all going down there. You made it through NASCAR. So you went through.
Look.
Listen, and going to a NASCAR event in California is different than a NASCAR event in Phoenix, which will be different again than a NASCAR event in Florida.
Hey, look.
Okay,
I agree.
I agree. A whole different crowd. Billy Bob and Bobby Lee.
All the names. It's a global.
Billy Bob.
I'll say this.
Jeannie Ray.
Golf was just as endemic to having a certain culture
and tennis
and all of
the whole world.
Yeah, and I think NASCAR is going to make some paving ways, I guess.